Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, we're discussing my thoughts on episode 12 of the anime series One Punch Man. For all intents and purposes, the season 1 finale. I mean, holy hell, better be season 1 finale. We better be getting a season 2 at some point of this stuff, because holy crap, this was amazeballs. Everything I wanted in this finale, in this final showdown between Saitama and Boros, it was exactly what I hoped it would be. Not like One Punch and Boros is done. I mean, they are going effectively back and forth throughout almost the entire first half of the episode, if not a little more, and I loved every freaking minute of it. Boros, not to be outdone, not to be taken out in one punch. He's souping up and souping up and souping up throughout this entire battle. And I mean, at one point, he's almost pure light. He's pure explosive energy. And Saitama, the entire time, is mostly just deflecting all of those blows. A couple times he gets a hit in or two, and like at one point he nudges him and he explodes Boros' arm off, which can be regrown. He can regenerate it and everything. But I mean, man, this was gangbusters. It was not one punch and it's done. It was an ongoing onslaught, back and forth. You didn't know who the hell was coming out of this one. I mean, at one point I'm like, okay, is Saitama really going to be able to successfully take this guy down? And all the meanwhile, I absolutely love that we're calling back on the ground level heroes once again. Genos being sort of the ringleader in a sense, even though he's not really that involved at that point. But seeing like Silver Fang was not actually killed as we were led to believe he might have been in the previous episode. Seeing he and Atomic Samurai sort of ribbing each other when they finally take down that mud flap creature with his spinal marble in his head and everything. Silver Fang being integral to that, and then Atomic Samurai is basically ribbing him like, hey, I just would have got one more slice in and that would have been it. You kind of interfered, old man, everything. Oh my God, this was freaking awesome. And like Tornado, sort of intervening when you have the tank top guy grabbing just a chunk of street. Like, he launches this thing up at the ship and it's almost ineffectual. Like, it does cause an explosion and he's all psyched, but then Tornado comes in and she's using her telekinetic powers to rip tons of rubble and buildings and street and throw all of that stuff up the ship. And all the aliens inside are freaking the hell out. And just havoc is being wrought on top of the thing with Boros and Saitama. And I almost freaking lost it when Saitama gets sent back into the freaking moon. And he's sort of just like holding his breath. And he launches. And just in seconds, he's back up on top of this ship, and he's like, "Ooh, I made it!" Like all happy and everything. Man, just a battle for the ages. Just absolutely gangbusters. I mean, this is my favorite anime of the season. Definitely, it's number 1 for the season for me. No holds barred. It's just from the beginning to the end. The characterization in between, so much great comedy and so much just highfalutin action. And to see, like Boros in the end, I mean, it's like going to KFC. You want it home style or crispy? And he was crispy, but he is, like, holy hell. And the idea that the prophecy wasn't even really true because Saitama was still holding back with what he unleashed. He was still holding back his full potential. And then they threw me for a loop that much more with, of course, none other than my mask coming in and being like, the only reason I'm the number 1 of Class A is to keep all of you dumb mother truckers, from attaining that level without just cause, without, actually being that strong. And he's basically making them all out to be ineffectual. City A was laid waste before anyone could react, and he's blaming them all for that. Really nice guy. And I love, this is something I've talked about, but with the Hero Association, for the most part, there's so much infighting and so much, like competitorship and everything. It blurs the lines of, who among these heroes are actually heroes. Not a lot of them seem to be. And even Silver Fang makes comments to that affected this episode. What is it with these higher class heroes fighting amongst themselves and everything? And then, of course, Genos gets warned, that Metal Knight or whatever it is potentially problematic, potentially a villain or an enemy. This because Metal Knight wants to just, completely pimp out whatever he can out of the remains of this alien vessel. And we see Amai Mask slaughtering all of the aliens in one swoop because that's his sense of justice. So I feel like Amai Mask has got to be a villain, in a sense, to come for Saitama to deal with. I don't know. I love, as everything is wrapped up, as everything is said and done, when, like the whole ending music and everything and the credits begin and they're sort of panning up into space, it reminded me of one of the episodes of Cowboy Bebop, my all-time favorite anime series, where one of the episodes ends very much similar to that. And but then we see, of course, that it arcs back down, and we end up, I loved this footnote, we end up with Saitama and Genos back to their daily routine, this giant, like, from under the world pig talking about humanity being slovenly and needing to be punished for being so. Genos nuclear blasts through a building to save a child, and this pig is like, oh, who do we have here? And I freaking loved, oh, just a hero who does it for fun and for profit. Now they got the idea. You want us to take out the threats? You better start paying, pal. And plus the Hero Association is built up to be like this ginormous, conglomerate now. Heroes can actually live there if they're in the higher echelons and everything. Just gangbusters, man. And I love Saitama's, he punches one time, this pig, and he's like, back to one punch. God damn it! This show, holy hell. I gotta pick up the manga. I gotta start picking up the manga because this was the shit. Pardon my French. This was friggin' awesome. Like, in the span of these 12 episodes, this anime has become one of my all-time favorites. It's in my top 5. And that's saying a lot for how much I friggin' love it. Every once in a while, during, like, action sequences, there was a little bit of a, not as high-quality animation, but I don't even care. I don't even care about that. This was gangbusters. It was awesome sauce from beginning to end. Eyegasms aplenty. Thorough engagement with the characterization, that dynamic between Genos and Saitama. Saitama just being, he is very much like Spike Spiegel to me. He's got all this prowess, but he doesn't give one F about anything. Like, unless it, serves his greater purpose, his world, or it's something that might actually be a challenge. Boros being the beginning and the end thus far of anything even approaching a challenge for Saitama. Man, this anime. Man, this anime. Oh, they better put this out on DVD and Blu-ray quickly because I want to own this mother trucker. I'm not even kidding. And I could just, that's all I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be fanboying about this anime on whole, this finale, ad infinitum, ad nauseum. So let me know in the comments below if you've seen the finale, if you were as rocked by it as I was, excited by it as I was, on the edge of your seat, seeing, again, that Boros was not a one-punch takedown, which I was hoping was going to be the case, that there would be some legitimate fight between them, and there was. And we're talking just amazing was this fight. But, yeah. Let me know if you thought it was everything you wanted out of it for a finale, and thus like that. And, hope a season 2 will be coming as soon as humanly possible. I know that the manga artist recently was quoted as saying he's going to do his best. He's going to make every best effort to put out enough content for season 2 to become, coming to us as soon as possible. And bring it on. Bring it on, One Punch style. Hell yeah, baby. Otherwise, that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. One Punch!